Okay, boys and girls, I will be doing homework for week 14 for section 2, Tuesday night. So, oh, hold up. Okay, so section 2, Tuesday night. The first one says 0.804 is 1/100th of what number? So if this number is 1/100th of another number, then that means this number is smaller than the other number. So I would just write this out and then show my work by showing what I did to get 1/100th away from what my number was. So a number had to get smaller for it to be 0.804. So I need to do the reverse of what I did. So I'm dividing by 1/100. So that means I had to move backwards 2 times because I have 2 zeros there. So that's going to put me at my decimal right here. So if I rewrote that, it would be 0. Well, technically, I wouldn't even have the 0 anymore. So I could take that off. So it would be 80.4. My decimal's right here now. So 80.4 would have been what that number was. Because if I did 80.4 divided by 1/100th, then I would have to go backwards 2 times. And that would put it back where it was. So 80.4 would be my answer. All right, next one. There's the multiplication, but with decimals in it. So I'm going to do this just on top of everything. So I got 10.623 times 4.6. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it down here. Ten 0.623 times 4.6. All right, so I would go ahead and just do my multiplication as normal. I'm going to pretend the decimal isn't there. But then at the end, I'll go back and put my decimal. And as you can see, I'll go ahead and tell you about this decimals. So I would have to count the places after my decimal in each of these numbers. So in 10.623, there are 1, 2, 3 places after my decimal. And then in 4.6, there is 1 place after my decimal. And that's, if you add the 3 and the 1, that's a total of 4 places after my decimal. So in my final answer, there has to be 4 places after my decimal. So I'll go back and do that at the end once I get my answer. So 3 times 6 is 18. Put my 8. Carry my 1. 2 times 6 plus 1 will give me 13 because 2 times 6 is 12. Plus 1 more makes 13. Remember, we don't worry about our decimal yet. Then 6 times 6 is 36. Plus 1 is 37. Put my 7. Carry my 3. Then 0 times 6 is 0. Plus 3 is 3. Then 1 times 6 is 6. First row complete. So now I go down and do everything times the 4. So I have to put a 0 to hold my place. Then I multiply 3 times 4, and I get 12. Carry my 1. Then I do 2 times 4, and I get 8 plus my 1, which is 9. And remember, if you need to, you can mark out these that we carried the first time. All right, so I just did 2 times 4. That was 8 plus 1 made it 9. Now I do 6 times 4, which is 24. Put my 4, carry my 2. Then I do 0 times 4, which is 0, plus 2 is 2. Then I do 1 times 4, which is 4. So now I have to add that up. 8, 6, 5. 5, 7 plus 9 is 16. Put my 6, carry my 1. 1 plus 3 plus 4 is 8. 6 plus 2 is 8. Then bring down my 4, because I don't have anything to add with that. So now I'll go back and insert my decimal. Remember, I have to have 4 digits after my decimal. So if I start right here at the end, go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. If my decimal goes here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 places after it. So that would be my answer. 48 and 8, 6, 5, 8. So that would be 868,658. 10,000. So 8, how would I say that? 48 and 86, 58, 10,000. 8,658 10,000. That's how I would say it. So 48 and 8,658 10,000. That would be how much this is if I multiply. So I got a big number, bigger number than what I had. So now I would do my next one. Multiplying again. 12.11 times 1.7. So once again, I need to go ahead and look at how many places I'm going to have. Oh, I don't like that. I didn't line it up good enough. Let me erase. So 12.11 times 1.7. So I'll have 2 digits after my decimal up here and 1 digit after my decimal down here. So that's a total of 3 places after my decimal. So I'm going to have 3 places after my decimal in my answer. So let me go ahead and multiply this. This should be pretty easy because I have several 1s in here. So 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 7 again is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. Put my 4, carry my 1. 1 times 7 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. Now put my 0, hold my place. Go ahead and mark out this 7 because I've already used it. Mark out that 1 because I've already used it. Now I do 1 times 1 and I get 1. Then I do 1 times 1 again, get 1. Then I do 2 times 1, get 2. Then I do 1 times 1, get 1. And add that together. 7 plus 0 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 4 plus 1 is 5. 8 plus 2 is 10. Put my 0, carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 3 places after my decimals, that will be here. So my answer would be 20.587 thousandths. And the last problem says 1 pound of nuts costs $4.69. How much will it cost Mark to buy 5 pounds of nuts? So that's going to be 4.69 times 5. So I'm multiplying by a decimal. So I can stack it up. 9 times 5, 45. Put my, 45. So I put my 5, carry my 4. 6 times 5 is 30 plus 4 is 34. Put my 4, carry my 3. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 3 is 23. Now I put my 0 to hold my place. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm only multiplying. I only have one digit, so I don't have to hold my place. So that is my answer. But I have to go back and insert my decimal. So I have 2 digits after my decimal. So that means I have to have 2 digits after my decimal in my answer. So it will be $23.45. $23.45 would be my answer. That's how much he spent on the nuts. So how much will it cost Mark to buy 5 pounds of nuts? It'll cost me $23.45. And that is it for section 2 for Monday night's homework.